person to clap? So, guys, what a great ACC game, especially to open up on Wednesday when you talk about a 12 noon game. I told these guys I don't think they woke up until about 1 o'clock and we started to playing. But, we didn't do a great job in the first half. I thought we played on the back of our heels. And consequently, you look at it, Clemson jumped out to a 16-point lead at half, and we gave up 8 3-pointers, which traditionally we're a good 3-point defensive team. We talked about halftime. It wasn't about X and O's. It's about how much heart and desire and effort you would put into it. And I told them, I said, if you played extremely hard, we'll come out with a win. And, these guys were special. Markell, I thought he was tremendous down the stretch. He made big threes, and then obviously he sealed the game by making 2 big free throws. But great win for us, and we survive in advance. Questions?
Front row to our left.
Kiara Luck of Black Sports Carolina. Phil just announced that you guys had the second comeback and largest comeback in ACC history. What did you say during halftime to get your guys rallied to come back?
Well, we were all disappointed. I mean, we did the team that you saw in the first half was not NC State basketball, and for us to get to this point and play that way we did in the first half, we wasn't happy. So honestly, it was. I'm not a guy to yell all the time, but it was a little yelling going on, and give these guys credit. I thought they responded.
Second row to our right.
Yeah, Coach Hill, Overton, WIXC Radio. I think my question is similar to that. I was going to say, what was the message that you were able to deliver to keep these guys in a positive frame of mind where they could mount such a gigantic comeback?
We talked about play as hard as you can for 20 minutes, and we'll live with the results. That being said, I knew if we came out and we defended the way we were capable of, then obviously we would have a chance to win the game. And, like I told you, Markell made big shots down the stretch. I thought Jericho Heller made a huge 3-4s down the stretch, and Devin Daniels. And, I can point to every guy in that locker room that played for NC State and not for each other. In the first half, I thought we pounded the ball too much. We didn't share the ball. We didn't have play and ball movement, and we cleaned that up in the second half.
To our left.
Bob Holliday, WRL.com. Markell, take us through the last 20 seconds or so where they had 3 fouls to give and were fouling you. And did you feel like the last foul was in the act of shooting? And above all, talk about the pressure free throws that you had to shoot one at a time with like 2 minutes apart.
Are you going to really ask him, do you think that foul was in the act of shooting? 100% it was.
Yeah, like going back on that, I definitely think it was, and just going back on the free throws, I've been in a situation like that versus Virginia, and I just wanted to, just give it back to my team for what I didn't do versus Virginia in the first game, and that's make the free throws.
Front row, right in front of me.
Aaron Beard with the AP. This is for Torin. A lot of talk about bubble status and NCAA tournament hopes. Did you guys think much about that going into today, about not losing a game that could really hurt you in Selection Sunday, or were you focused on that at all?
We don't really try to focus on things like that. We try to let the powers that be handle that, and we just play and focus on the next game and next opponent. So.
Front row again.
Brett Friedlander, North State Journal. Markell, could you go through that final play? They had fouled you a couple of times. They still had one more foul to give. What were you looking for there, and how did you execute that, getting in there to when they did foul you?
I was just trying to take the best shot as possible, getting into the lane, and he just fouled me.
Were you thinking they might try to foul you again with the foul again?
Yeah, definitely. I was already thinking that in my head that that they might foul me again.
To our left, front row.
Markell, at the 5:38 mark, when you hit the 3 that gave State the lead, and you smiled, what was going through your mind at that moment? Like, at that time, did you know that you guys were in it?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had my teammates. I knew my teammates had my back from whatever, like when I shot that 3. They had my back the whole game, but they really boosted me. They really helped me. They encouraged me to keep going. Lay down the stretch.
Middle of the room aisle.
Torin, Nick Carboni from NBC Charlotte. For you to be from here and to be a part of a win like this in this building in your city, what's that like for you?
It's special. Being from here and being able to get a first win in the ACC Tournament, and us being in the same situation, similar situation last year, being down and coming back and falling a little short in the tournament, and being able to come back this year falling down and be able to pull it off was good for our team, and it shows a mature team and a team that's growing. So,
back of the room.
Mike Solarte, Spectrum News. For the players, you guys had to expend a lot of energy to come from 16 down to win this game, 18 at one point. Now you have to turn around and face a top seed in less than 24 hours. Conservation of energy, what's it going to be like for you guys tonight? And Coach, if you want to weigh in on this as well, I mean, how do you keep your guys fresh for tomorrow?
Go ahead, Torin. Go ahead, Tiddy. I'll let you start.
We just turn the page and get ready for the next game, take all the necessary steps to get our bodies right. But this is something that we prepare for. We practice extremely hard, and it's kind of our identity for us. So we just get back and get some rest and get prepared for tomorrow.
Yeah, I would say, everybody's going to go through the same situation. Obviously, Virginia has a bye that they've earned, a double bye. But when it comes to tournament time, I think we have a team that's built for that. I've got 9 guys that right now I feel like I can put in the game and be ready to contribute right away. And, what will happen is we've got to use some more guys and try to shorten some guys' minutes.
Middle of the room.
Joe Bombo, SB Nation Radio. This is for Coach Keatts. Earlier this week, you talked about how you like the tournament being in Charlotte and how you potentially like it to be in Raleigh. And just by the crowd and the ovation that you guys were getting as you're making that comeback, what is your impression of the crowd and how they came out to support you guys?
Well, let's start off with this. This is the best tournament in college basketball. Everybody knows it. When I was growing up, I used to love to come to this tournament. When I was a prep school coach, I would love to come to this tournament. Now that I'm coaching in the ACC, I don't think there's anything better than this. I said those things because obviously I think this Carolina, the state of Carolina, is where this tournament deserves to be. Now, if it moves somewhere else, then certainly we're going to go. But our fans were great. We travel well. We've got a passionate fan base, and that's what I love about our fans.
To our left.
Jake Akavara, technician. Markell, that timeout between the 2 free throws gave you some time to think. What was kind of running through your mind in the huddle and then just by yourself while you were waiting to shoot that second free throw?
Really just making it. That was the only thing going through my mind. Just stepping up to the line, being confident, and knocking it in. That was really it.
Second row.
Corey Smith with Pack Pride. This is for anybody. For you guys, knowing the last game that you played against UVA, obviously with that game going to overtime, how much confidence do you guys have going into that one, knowing the game plan that you had last time nearly worked?
Yeah, we say this all the time. I think styles make fights. But I think my team is very confident. Our last 2 games, we were able to go on the road and play great defensively against Boston College, and we held them to 26.7%. And then we put together a great second half, obviously, today. And so we're going in as a confident team. We know that they're a very good basketball team. We respect. Tony's done a tremendous job with their program, but our guys are excited to play.
Take 4 more. I know who you are already. Left.
Defensive rebounding had improved against Wake Forest and again against Boston College today in the second half especially. Clemson got a lot of second shots. They didn't always make them, but they kind of prolonged your taking over the game. How do you shore that up for tomorrow?
Well, we've got to do a good job. You know this because you followed us all year. We're not the biggest team. And so we have to do a great job of gang rebounding. Everybody, all 5 guys got to do a great job of rebounding, and that's something that we have to clean up.
Second row.
Yeah, what's Eric Lockett's availability for this ACC tournament?
Yeah, I don't know yet. Wouldn't be fair to say because he hasn't practiced with our team yet. And so I couldn't even tell you what type of shape he's in.
Front row.
Torin, there were a couple more seconds today, but against Georgia Tech, the inbound pass, the receiver caught it with a good head of steam heading in toward his front court. Today, Reed did not. Did you guys specifically try to keep that from happening? And could you go through your defensive mindset on that play?
Our defensive mindset was just to keep the guys in front, and not foul and force a tough shot like we did. I think that you never want to lose a game like that, but us losing that game against Georgia Tech helped us today, and being able to clean those things up towards the end of the games.
Last question.
Kevin, you made a point, it might have been even the Clemson game the first time, about the way you guys play, that you can be in any game, that this team could hang around in the way with the style of play. I'm curious how much that helps you think in that situation today when you're down big in the first half, that if they do what they do, that they can get back in the game.
Yeah, I think this team is built for that. We don't want to – I think somebody said that was the second largest comeback in ACC history. Well, I don't want to be in that position all the time. Our guys' mind and mental, they think that they can win every game. That's great going in. We've only got 4 guys who have really participated in any postseason play. Would be these 2 guys and then C.J. Bryce and Braxton Beverly. And so I've challenged these guys to take ownership in their team and to will the other guys to win. But I like our guys. I like how hard we compete. There's no quit in us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
For clarification, it's the largest comeback from a halftime deficit in tournament history. Just want to make sure. Locker rooms are still open. Clemson locker room is open until 2:39. NC State